Close your eyes for a moment. Can you hear it? The crackle of an old radio. A baseball game drifting through an open window. A president speaking to a worried nation. The words, "That's one small step for man." America didn't just write history, it broadcast it. And those voices still live on today. The year is 1938. Outside, the world is uncertain, but inside a small Colorado room, a family gathers around a radio. The radio's warm yellow dial glows, a beacon in the darkness. From its speaker, a voice spins tales of mystery and adventure. The children's faces light up with wonder. Their parents listen intently. The radio is more than furniture. It's a window to the world. It fills imaginations with vivid pictures. Children imagining adventure while listening to radio. Family reacting to radio story with suspense, the hero's courage. The haunted house's chill. The distant train's whistle. Radio invites listeners to build worlds in their minds, making them part of the story. This scene repeats across America, uniting city dwellers and farmers alike. The radio breaks isolation, creating a vast, invisible community. A joke in New York makes a family laugh in California. A song in Chicago sets toes tapping in Texas. For the first time, Americans share the same stories and moments, all at once. Before radio, news was slow and culture was local. The radio changed everything, forging a common culture from coast to coast. It gave the nation shared memories, a collective scrapbook of sounds and voices. The glow of the dial became the new American hearth. Here, the nation came together to listen, laugh, learn, and dream. The stories from that box became the story of America itself. In the darkness of uncertain times, the radio's light brought hope. It was a revolution in a simple wooden box. And every night, families gathered, drawn to its promise of connection. The radio was America's great connector. Airwaves became invisible highways, carrying ideas and culture from coast to coast. A farmer in Kansas and a banker in Boston could listen to the same show. This shared experience helped Americans feel part of one national family. The radio smoothed out regional differences and created a national conversation. Neighbors discussed the latest episode or debated the president's speech, all having heard it firsthand. Programs became rituals. Monday for one show, Tuesday for another, offering comfort and routine. The radio was a constant companion. News in the morning, stories and songs at night. It was the invisible guest at the dinner table, woven into daily life. Through laughter, suspense, and song, the radio built a shared cultural space. It gave everyone access to the same information and entertainment. The radio connected each home to the larger American story. Radio was a stage for the imagination. With only sound, it created entire worlds. Door slams, seagull cries, distant storms. Writers and actors painted pictures with words and effects, letting listeners fill in the rest. Comedies like The Jack Benny Program and mysteries like The Shadow became national favorites. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds showed radio's power to blur fiction and reality. News arrived as it happened, voices reporting history directly into homes. Music of every style reached millions, turning America's living rooms into concert halls and making radio the nation's jukebox. From comedy shows to presidential addresses, radio offered America a rich blend of entertainment and information. At Nostalgia Nook Antiques, we've gathered thousands of classic broadcasts, wartime reports, moon landing audio, presidential speeches, baseball games, and unforgettable moments from the golden age of radio. Visit Nostalgia Radio Theater and experience the soundtrack of American history. Radio transformed ordinary moments into unforgettable memories. It became a theater where every listener had the best seat in the house, and every broadcast became part of the American story. In America's darkest hours, radio was a lifeline. When Pearl Harbor was attacked, it was the radio that broke the news. President Roosevelt's fireside chats brought calm and unity, his voice a steady presence in troubled times. During World War II, correspondents like Edward R. Murrow made distant battles feel immediate. The radio connected the home front to the front lines, reminding everyone what was at stake. Patriotic music, war bond drives, and comedy shows kept morale high. The radio created a sense of shared purpose and national unity. Even after the war, radio carried history into America's homes, from moments of national sorrow to mankind's first steps on the moon. For generations, Americans first experienced great events as voices on the airwaves. The radio was the nation's town crier, its heartbeat in times of trial. Through every crisis, it reminded Americans they were in it together. Radio didn't just report American life, it shaped it. It became the soundtrack for work, play, and daily routines. In sports, radio brought the ballpark home, the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. Announcers painted vivid pictures, making listeners feel part of the game. Baseball and radio grew up together, creating generations of fans. Music, too, was transformed. Big bands, crooners, country, and blues all found national audiences. DJs became tastemakers, shaping the nation's musical identity. The songs on the radio became the soundtrack of people's lives and memories. From sports anthems to pop hits, radio provided the beat of the American century. It was the rhythm to which the country lived. Today, we're surrounded by screens, but the legacy of radio endures. Old broadcasts aren't lost to history. At Nostalgia Nook Antiques, we've preserved thousands of classic radio shows, wartime reports, moon landing audio, presidential speeches, baseball broadcasts, and unforgettable moments from America's past. Visit Nostalgia Radio Theater and hear history in its own voice. These recordings are more than nostalgia. They're history. Listening to them, we hear the optimism, anxiety, and changing culture of earlier generations. They connect us to those who came before, letting us share in their experiences. The echoes of radio remind us of the power of storytelling and shared culture. In a noisy world, radio's simple connection still has lessons to teach. It invites us to slow down, listen, and imagine. By tuning in, we connect with our history and honor those who built our world. In the warm glow of the old radio dial, America's voices still call to us across the years.